So I know we're seeing your signs all across the Greater Lehigh Valley. You want to tell us about some of the projects that you've been working on?
I'd be happy to. It's very pleasing when I hear people say, "Boy, we're seeing your signs all over the place," because that's what we want. We don't want them just leaning up in the warehouse. So one of the projects that comes to mind is Northampton Country Club. It was a project that was competitively bid. We were able to complete the project. It looks absolutely stunning. It's amazing how many people utilize Northampton Country Club's facilities because I'm getting emails and phone calls fairly regularly about people that are just complimenting how it's turned out. It was a project that was somewhat challenging because it's located over a half mile off of the main road, William Penn Highway, and but there was still some land development and site issues that had to get worked through. And so while that was taking place, we were doing some of the backdoor preparations, and then when we started, we had to make sure that the site was presentable when there was weddings that were taking place, because of course you have a young couple that's getting married, that's their big day, and you want to make sure that everything is right. So it added some challenges to it. It was a phased project, but we're very good at doing phased projects because our superintendents and project managers are really keyed in on different aspects and precautions that need to be taken to accommodate ongoing operations. But the Country Club project really turned out beautiful. Another one that comes to mind is Durham Springs and Cascade Lodge. It's another phenomenal building. It's located in Kintnersville, which is not far off of Route 611 in Bucks County. That project was an old restaurant from the 1800s, an old farmhouse. It's called Cascade Lodge because there's a stream that actually runs through the building. And at one point in the 1950s, people could come to the restaurant to eat, and they could pick the trout out of the stream that ran through the building, and then they would cook it up for them. So we finished that project. Again, I highly encourage you. It's not a low end restaurant, but it's very quality. It's all local farms and a lot of organic foods. They have a culinary chef from, I believe, New York City. And attached to the restaurant is a special events venue where they lease it out. It's beautiful. It's got lighting, outdoor seating, patio, covered patio. It's just absolutely beautiful. And that project turned out very nice. Working in an 1800s farmhouse has its uniqueness to it, and we had to work around old stone walls and the streams that were running through the building and try to preserve as much of it as we could. I believe it has 5 fireplaces.
Wow.
Another project that comes to mind is the Moravian Bookshop. Everyone knows about the Moravian Bookshop. It's the longest continuously running bookshop in the country. And so what we've done with that one, we partnered with Moravian College. We completely renovated the building, and we did it in a way that it was phased and it remained in operation so it could retain that historic title of being the longest continuously running bookshop. So we were able to work in that building that's from the 1700s, and there was a lot of non-code compliant issues. The city of Bethlehem was extremely accommodating and flexible for us to help us to work through the issues that needed to be upgraded. And when we finished that project, we rolled right into, adjacent to the bookshop in the same building, we put Dave's Deli in and also a microbrewery. And they turned out absolutely phenomenal. There was some challenges on that project. There was an old terracotta sanitary sewer pipe that was in the basement that had been leaking for probably 75 years. Nobody knew that. There was a sinkhole. We had to address that. We found a 5,000 gallon underground storage tank that was actually buried under Main Street, and so we were able to resolve that literally in 24 hours, which could have been a huge roadblock for the project and for the city, but we were able to get that taken care of. So beautiful, beautiful facilities, all 3 projects, and we're extremely proud of each one of them.
Wow, it's fantastic. Yeah.